You bullied my cowbell. Tentacles! Alright, let's see. So we're back on this map, which is actually where we started our evening yesterday. And we're going to start out with basically the same sort of plan. Cassowary's going to go top. And we want to bank some keys. So we can get to 6 keys by doing it this way. I'm not really... Yeah, we have early pressure on our opponent, but doesn't matter. It's not that important. The main reason I sent Cassowary to the top, though, is so that we could hypothetically threaten this. Realistically, we're not going to. Like, let's be real. Well, if our opponent only sends a cat, we might. Like, it's possible. You can go up here and claw it, I guess. They're not going to put it in range, obviously. I feel like it'd be better to not cap with Cassowary if you're trying to place pressure. It's really just to give us the option to do it. So the main thing I'd be concerned with is a jar ending up on there. While a regular range character will be able to defend this center one, I'm not that worried about it. It's more so like we have the ability to do something, because Cassowary is going to at least be able to leap, whereas the cat only has the option to walk up. But I don't really see a need to avoid capping here. Like, we don't want to go out of our way to not cap things, I don't think. Now, this does present an interesting problem here. So, our opponent is staying low on the key count, basically. Now, they have their own Cassowary, but they have 2 1-drops. So, do we go all in on a 6 here? I don't think so. We're going to try for an earlier Unbearable compared to what I had done previously on this map. We're just going to kind of wait. So if they go here, they leap. If you go here... So you can't hit with both of these, but you could hit with this. So I think we have to move. If we go here, you get in, or you come in, but not both. And this can't hit. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't accidentally throw away a Cassowary for no reason. Hey, Eric, what's good? What's going on? Hope everybody had a good Saturday. Or if you're in other parts of the world and you're already into Sunday, I guess it would still be, hope you had a good Saturday. I was trying to come up with a quick time travel joke or something, but didn't come to me fast enough. Alright, so there's a sheep on the board, which is obnoxious. While we do have this Unbearable to help fight things, I'm not like, incredibly enthusiastic. So, I've mentioned this before, but for anybody who wasn't aware, if you're on one of these stims, and you start the attack from the stem, aka we're talking the leap from Cassowary, or I guess it would work for Primate or any other leaping character, this will allow you to do the boosted damage. It doesn't care that you land there. It just cares that you started there. I don't think we really want to do that. So our opponent does have a panic point advantage. They can obviously take this one relatively easily. How are we going to deal with this? I'm honestly not really sure. We're going erratic because I think we can... And I mentioned this yesterday, actually, in a loss. I've found I can tank through cheap hits with erratic. But I think what we, in retrospect, what I should have done was go for one of the 7s and then just try and Clinico the poison off. You know, like, move... not Fish Tank. Although I do have a Fish Tank quest now that I think about it. But, like, say, Alligator here. Let them run in and gas it, then run the Clinico in. If they elect to do that. Odds are they won't, but, you know. Saturday's going good? Nice to hear. It's good to hear. So we're not going to be able to kill the sheep. We can just put a bunch of damage on it. But we may lose this, so... Yeah, because they won't be able to leap. One of them could go to this spot below here and get one hit. One of them can go here and then sheep hit. So that's probably going to be, say, 9... if we round up 6... So, like, 1,500? Yeah, they have to soften it up to some degree, I think. Now, the sheep could end up here in this lower spot, so we have to be careful what we put there or allow to end up there. They've now taken enough panic points that this is concerning. Now, we can run the cat in and just sacrifice it, but... What can we do here? Because, like, this isn't going to be enough. So their cassowary will be able to body block... Or not body block, clear this, and then walk down. So we can't move the erratic up any further. They're definitely going to get this. Maybe we just back off. So we're still going to take a bunch of damage here. We're going to obviously lose the cat for freezies. Something's going to kill it. I didn't really see a valid way for us to save our unbearable here. That was the main reason I backed off. Now, we're still going to get hit here, but it causes the sheep to be more exposed. Sort of. I don't know if this really changed much, to be honest. He's putting up pressure, it's probably best to fall back and ensure you don't lose your side. Yeah, exactly, Toast. I'm with you there. I mean, that's ultimately what we did. Maybe we needed to retreat more. Like, instead of even getting that hit on Cassowary, we could have moved the bear back one more space, and then we couldn't get hit by the sheep. But we should be able to take down the... Well, actually, they're going to probably just kill this with the robot, right? We might not get the sheep. It has 1,600 health. We actually shouldn't get it. Maybe put something on the stim pad on your side. We might need to. Stairmaster gives a lot of pressure. I'm not really threatened by Stairmaster. I mean, anything down here I think is problematic at this stage. Like, we're just hemorrhaging board state at this point, which is the big problem. We still have a lot of life to play around with. Like, we're under pressure, don't get me wrong, but we're not about to die. Did they attack this with the cat? They must have, right? Wow. Alright, you got all the panic points. We're going to take 1 billion. I mean, I think this aggressive line that they're taking is definitely very good. It's pretty cool. How much health do you have? Oh my god. Why do you have so much health? So much health still left. So we're just kind of stemming the bleeding here. Well, actually, you know what we could do instead? You could move up. I don't know that I really like that, to be honest. 3. Go here. We kind of need to supplement this. So if we instead... We're still taking a ton of damage. So I'm a little concerned. They're going to lose the sheep, but they've so far traded their cassowary for our cassowary. They're going to get the unbearable. Like, they could get the sheep, or the sheep can hit the unbearable, rather, and then walk away. And it's just another target that we have to hit. Which is not... I don't know. See, that's interesting. Did I miscount this? Like, is there a way for them to... There shouldn't be any way that they can get this. And you wouldn't want... Like, this, clustering this seems like a mistake. We can just erratic your guys into oblivion. What I expect them to do is hit with the sheep and then walk away. I think. That's a murder fly. Honestly, our bees the other turn might have been a waste. I wanted to put extra damage on the sheep, thinking that we could possibly burn it down, which I guess in retrospect we kind of need. So this notably will reanimate with the poison on it, which... How much do we come back with? 400? It's significant. This might have not been worth it. We probably would have been better off going like 4-3 or something along those lines, like 2 smaller things rather than 1 big 7 all invested in here, because it's not making it out of this alive. Or at least I don't expect it to, anyway. So you could fly in 5... Yeah, you'll be 5, 9, 10, 11. Actually, you might... Like, you'll survive this. Even if they go all in on this, it'll live. You're a monster and undead. 560. So we can't put the jar here, it will die. We do need to recap some stuff. Like, we can't wait much longer. That was a mistake. I should have gotten something else other than the jar, but I realized too late, because this could just burrow in and then get on it, and then jar moves up and pops it. Now, that would have put this, like, here, which maybe it was worth it to try and draw it in, and then we trade 3 keys for 4, possibly 3 keys for 7, because we could have also hypothetically gotten the jar. This actually might be dead, because I think I miscounted this. No, we just survive. Which I was expecting, but I don't know if this was worth it, to be honest. We might have been better off... So we could run Clinico out here. How much does Clinico heal for? I've been trying to force Clinico in a lot of games lately just to try it out. So, like, we could hit the Murder Fly and Bees. Fly this in, hit the Murder Fly, I guess. We have 8 keys, so we could Rambolina, which only gets to here. But we get here, like bees, get here, boop, walk this away. Like, we're not gonna kill anything, though. Hey, Patrick Starr, welcome. Welcome. Just in time to watch me throw some games. Can't boop on the first turn, though? Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Ugh. Oh, we're gonna... Oh, we can only bees this because we don't have LOS. They can kill this, but this stems the bleeding a bit. So we're trying to go for this because there are 2 smaller phobies and a medium-sized one. But, you know, a chunk for almost 700 is going to be a big deal. They probably kill this. They might be able to kill this. Like, permanently kill it. We'll have to see. They obviously have the opportunity to slap down, windmill slam a large phobia of their own. They could also just fly over and kill this. Or kill it with a jar, that is. Could move, then bees, murder wing. Could move, then bees, murder wing. Yes. And that was originally what I was planning to do before the LOS was blocked. But I wanted to have this in the back, but in retrospect, it doesn't matter because jar. So, like, who cares? So one of them was going to die. I don't know if giving up the 7 there is worth it. We're going to trade it, hopefully, for 10 keys. And 7 for 10 should be in our favor for obvious reasons, but I don't know if it's actually going to work out that way. They lick that guy. So we're going to get a hit for 8, 12 maybe. So they still have 5 keys left. Yeah, tentacle time soon, DT. Yeah, it was going to be a big flesh AoE, but you're right, we didn't need it, thankfully. I want to go Rambolina, but I kind of feel like we want more ranged. I think another ranged phobia is what's on the docket. Because Rambolina could get cute and, like, cap a point out of here, but I think we're more in line with we're just going to burn their stuff down. In which case, I think we want Stairmaster. I don't know where we want it, though. The problem is, if we put it here, we're going to run the risk of getting this guy bead for no reason. We just need another body. AWOL actually puts out more damage, but I'm not really concerned about that. So Erratic should tank all of this without issue. And if they decide to be aggressive with Jin Sting up top and try and take our Jin Sting, obviously we're going to blow it up. Time for a comeback? Don't call it a comeback yet. Don't want to jinx it. See, the positioning here is weird. Maybe we should have put the Stairmaster here anyway, allowed our Jin Sting to die. Because the challenge here is we're not... Unless they leave the Gator back there... Actually, we might be okay. We could put Stairmaster here. Jin Sting moves up. Erratic lights this guy up. And then this guy comes down. And we probably do Tentacles anyway. Now, we do have to be cognizant of our heart. Because... This is a fair amount of damage, plus this is in position to do something. Part of me says burn down Ginsting first, to be honest, but I don't think we can. We might be able to. Because we'll get 9, 4 is 13. Oh yeah, we can do it. Oh, we can do it. So they are officially out of keys. Yeah, we can kill the Ginsting. We can definitely get it. I don't know if we want to, though. So they can move this up and leap on something, but that's it. They can... like, we have a choke point here, so they can't get in more than one guy, and if they, like, retreat, send the bomb in... Or, not bomb. Boom. That's not gonna do anything. I don't think they can kill Erratic, so I'm not really concerned here. I think we're in decent shape. We just have to not throw. Not throw. Don't punt this one. That's the game plan. No, I had a little bit of coffee before the stream, and I feel way more jittery than I normally do. You know, I tend to have, like, a cup of coffee or something. Maybe not a lot before the streams, but honestly, like, just real life, I'm tired, so I have a little bit of coffee. And this was a very, very small amount. And, like, for some reason, I feel very tired. And also jittery, like I said. I think it's mostly the tired is making me jittery, and then the combination of the caffeine on top of it. I think everybody out there probably has experienced that. If you've drank coffee before, like, it happens. You got this? Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence. Wait, are we talking about the win, or are we talking about the throw? Because it's equally possible that I've got either one. Maybe more likely one than the other. We'll see which one it is. Game. So we can't actually hit anything with this right now. But I think they can't kill... So, like, they could leap. They can get this, I think. But then everything's going to be in range. So, like, they can kill the Flesh Crawler. But I think we light everything up in return. It's a unfortunate sacrifice that has to be made. Oh, they're going after Erratic. It's a bold move, Cotton. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, are you not able to get it? You should be able to. I think we still kill everything, though. So, like, we go bees. Bees! More bees! Oh no, we can't tentacle this turn. Womp wah. Yeah, I don't think Primate is doing this. Especially with its leap down already. Leap is already down. I think we may have started out with a W tonight, chat. I don't want to call it too early. What do you got there, friendo? Sure. You got it. You bullied my cowbell. Tentacles! GG, GG. Ah! Just evil laugh. Like, it feels like you have to have an evil maniacal laugh if you kill someone with the tentacles while on a stim pad. Like, that has to be a thing, right? That has to be evil laugh worthy. I don't know, am I wrong? I gotta work on my evil laugh, though. Gotta work on my evil laugh. Alright, we'll jump into this game and then we'll come back to it. Or we could discuss it as the game goes on. But I am curious whether a tournament mode... Obviously, it sounds great to everybody. But... Ooh, it's a trap guy. Traps are kind of the bane of my existence, to be honest. Like, traps are an issue for me. Because we'll have to keep an eye and see if this goes off. This has 1,000 health. And you are ranged. So you could park yourself, like, here. Cover that. Like, park yourself here, throw a trap out, and then probably light somebody up. This won't care about a trap, right? I want to bank keys, so we're not going to do it, but... So we gotta eyeball this and see if there's going to be a trap. I expect one to come out, because why would you put it here? There's no reason to move your guy here. And if there's not, then you're gonna place a trap. And it could be... I don't know if you need line of sight, so I don't know if they could put it on this point right now, for example. Part of me thinks, and I don't know that there's any way they can do this, just because, okay, so they did place a trap because this went gray. They can't really do this, but I would like the traps to go off immediately so you can plan the rest of your turn, but given the undo mechanic, I just think they can't. Because then somebody could, oh, well, I activate the trap, I'll undo and just, now I know where it is. It would have to, like, lock you in, which I think would cause other different feel-bads. So this is probably the least of all evils. I don't know. I have to imagine the trap is here, assuming that... Wait. So this is not on cooldown? Or does it... Do I only see it go on cooldown if... they, I'm thoroughly confused now. 338. So that's 7. Or they would probably kill this if we went in. Like, they could shoot it and get it. So like I said, I imagine the trap is on this bottom point. We probably should have just walked on it to test for science, to find out, can they place a trap on something that they don't have line of sight on? Alright, so we can't kill this, that's why they would go for it. But I still think we jump on it. Oh, maybe we don't, I don't know. I think the trap ability cooldown visibility is bugged somehow. I'm not sure if it's bugged or if it's intended. I honestly can't tell. You need line of sight for the trap ability. Okay, that's good to know. Ooh. Klepto's not good to see, though. I'm not really a fan right there. Okay, so the trap is now on cooldown. I guess because it's cooling down. Now, again, I'm assuming that it's on this point. Trap has range 1. Let me, hold on. No, game! Game! My opponent's gonna think I'm BMing. Oh, you're right, it does have range 1. My opponent absolutely thinks I'm BMing. They 100% feel that way right now, and I feel kind of bad. We're gonna bank, I think. This needed to move here. This was an error. We're gonna bank. This was an error because this will die. Because they move Contortio down, they move Klepto down 1, and Klepto's not in range to get attacked. But there is a trap. I guess it's here then? Like above the cassowary? Because they had to move 2 to move to the center. Where'd the corn go? I ate it with cassowary. Nom 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 nom. I leapt onto the corn and then backed off. Hi, baby. Puppy came down to hang out. So we're plus, what, 2 keys right now? But we don't really have a good way to deal with Klepto. There's an unknown trap somewhere, also concerning. This thing just has so much health. Noxious. But we're not under a lot of pressure here. Like, our opponent has to do something, and they've yet to present that they're going to. So this should be off cooldown next turn, meaning we could leap onto this, roll up the unbearable, and hit it. If they want to move Klepto into range, I'm more than happy to accommodate lighting up the Klepto. I want to get either this online or Flesh Crawler, but I don't know whether we go for 6 right now. I'm not a fan of Sheeping Gas on this map just because of the healing spa. We're gonna do this. I don't know if that's worth it, to be honest. Like, we kind of took a weird line, given that we don't have enough keys to go for any of the big things that I wanted to next turn. We also don't have options to... Oh, they must have immediately undid that. Your Klepto's dead? No. 4, 8, 12, 17. It's not quite going to be dead, but we're going to... Maybe we take the Murder Fly? Actually, you know what we could do? We leap onto Murder Fly, hit it with a jar, and then lay into Klepto with the remainder. Well, actually, we just walk up. We don't even have to leap, but... So we still have an unknown trap that's presumably where Cassowary or Klepto is. Alright, this is happening, right? Ha! Lol. Okay. So if they try to Klepto twice, I think I'm okay with that, because then we're gonna kill Klepto. That will just die. We're gonna bang keys, apparently. I realized too late the jar would just die because they can hit it with the AoE from Klepto, walk up the cassowary, and then eat it. And I think that's a good trade for them. Like, this is obnoxious, but it's not the end of the world. Because Klepto's now dead. Unless they do something drastic. I don't know what that would be. Okay, Klepto... Well, we have to burn Klepto down this turn. Yeah, Clinico doesn't save you. You could get one hit in, and then you have to walk away. Yeah, he probably thought he could heal. I have bad news for you, friend. That is not the case. That is not the... Okay, they can heal here, though. Still unfortunate for us, but, you know. We're going to take a bunch of damage here. We can only reclaim a single point. I think this is fine. So they only have 6 keys left. We have 6 keys left. We have a significantly stronger set of phobies on the board. Alright, you got the cassowary. You got me. Jar to kill cat? We could, but I wanted to advance something big. Since we were on even keys. It banked keys, like, or remaining keys, not necessarily bank keys. So now we can roll up Unbearable on the top, move this to the center. Can we do... This is 4, 8, 12? We can't quite kill this, and the heal will be online, well, not shortly, but... We're actually going to run Iclops back to try and heal it, since we can claim all the points. So our opponent banks, which is expected. So we're actually going to do this because the Pterodactyl is more mobile. It's less damage on the Klepto, but I don't think that particularly is going to matter. So this guy's out of commission for like 3 turns now, if we leave him back there. I guess that's okay. Our opponent has to present something for 6 keys that is threatening to us that we can't address, and I'm not sure what that is yet. They should have a life lead. 56, yeah, they have a life lead. Not an enormous one, but they do have one. They are staying in range, which is a bold move. That's an erratic. Erratic's pretty good. I've heard good things. Now, what we can do is back off and then just say, okay, you need to commit into us in order to try and do something. Like, I think we throw once, roll this guy back, probably recommit you. We're just going to go with our own erratic. I mean, we're up bodies. Well, we're equal on bodies, but really we're up on bodies because nobody cares about this guy. That thing's irrelevant. Now, it's arguable that this is going to eat it soon, but they can't get at it this turn. If they try and commit Klepto to hit it, we're gonna light Klepto up. We might not kill it, though. They could heal it. In which case it would be at full health. Has 1900 health. Yeah, we probably wouldn't kill it. Because it would be 4, 8, 12, 16, maybe 17. I don't think you want to do that either. We don't have an absolutely dominating position, as in it is unlosable. We could still throw. It's still possible. It's just not exceptionally likely. Would have liked to have gotten this guy healed, but that doesn't seem to be in the cards. So they could hit this guy for 460... 790, so we'll say 800, 1400. We're gonna put him here. Our opponent is forced to do something. We have all 3 panic points. The clock isn't enormous, because it is only, quote-unquote, only 600, but it's enough that they should be worried. The cooldown on this heal is really going to be what breaks this open. Alright, so you're at 1300. This'll do, say, 9... 13. Okay, that could potentially be very bad. It gives us a little more mobility. The juggling with erratic and unbearable is uncomfortable. I mean, we're still covering most of the points, and if they try and commit him with this erratic, I think we can blow it up. And then it's just Klepto and this. Maybe we trade erratics here, and that's what they're going for. I don't think we will. As long as we kill this, we're not trading. I don't know if we have enough damage, but we gotta try. And this is faster than just trying to count it up. That's 1100. Do that. We're just gonna do this. I don't want to risk, like, something extra dying for a stupid reason to the splash. Because then we have everything in a line and they can blow something up, and that seems silly. Like, maybe we end up losing this for some reason, but as it is, we got there. We got there. GG. I'll take it. So let's talk about this scary pack we're about to open. Let's see what we get. Scary pack, go! So no upgrades. Well, we got an upgrade for Eternal Night. And we get... Sucky! I had no idea that was this thing's name. Sucky? Okay. I mean, I get it. I get it. But, like... Sucky? Get a little chomp for Sucky. I mean, I guess, you know, get a little chomp going with our leap here. We saw this from our, we'll say, large bank account opponent earlier. And they had a pretty high level. I like this guy. It seems kind of interesting. The fact that it has Leech on a monster is notable, obviously. The low movement is concerning. I wonder if this would be worthwhile on, say, one of the new maps, the one that looks like Eternal Monday. You know, it's like the office-looking one, but then in the bottom left and top right corner, you have those two cubicles locking off the panic points. The reason I say that is it's a small map to try and make sure that you can get the leaps, and this can get into the action faster than it would on, say, you know, any of the huge ones. On the huge maps, I assume this thing is verging on useless. Like, you're just not going to use it. But on the small maps, I could see this having value. I don't know. We'll have to level it up and try and force it in some games, see how it does. But that's pretty cool. We did get a new Phobie. Which means we can get some level ups going. And we get some panic, or stress levels, rather. Not panic levels, stress levels. We don't actually have more of them to level it up, unfortunately. We do have other level ups we can do. Level up Unbearable. We got Unbearable up to speed. It's funny looking at this. When we played that other person, they had, you know, level 17, level 14. We're like, yeah, I got level 5s. Go me. We're keeping on, I guess. I don't know. We could upgrade Eternal Night. To me, it's way too low. I mean, I'm assuming you mean too slow. It feels like it is. It feels like it is too slow. The movement concerns me. You know, you have to leap to get onto something. But it does have a lot of health. Comparatively, you know, Cassowary being my current 2-cost go-to at 747 health, this thing has almost double. Oh, the damage is too low. Yeah, I could see that. I guess if it was too much higher, it would probably be problematic. It would likely be problematic if the damage is too much higher because of the life leech. I could be wrong. Being dependent on the leap to double tap something with one movement is weird. I agree. I think this thing is going to be too easily avoided. Like, we allowed our opponent in that game to get something with this, and then we just blew it up in return. And I expect that's what's going to happen. With 1,300 health, and this is level 2, so maybe when we get it to level 6, if this thing has, like, 2,000 health, which I know there's a set percentage of what it goes up by, but I don't know offhand, so I'd have to put this in my spreadsheet to calculate it out. But, like, if this has close to 2k health, maybe then it's worth it, because it's just that much sturdier. Like, maybe in a map with Spa close to mid, he can be a nice tank early on. Possibly. It's 3%, thank you, DT. I can't do that in my head. Like, I can't do that in my head to figure out what it's going to be at level 6. It'll be more than this, we'll say that. Well, it'll show me for this next one, but it won't show me, like, several levels from now, because what I'd like to compare is, I'd like to compare what it looks like against an equal level cassowary, because that's realistically what it's competing against, right? It's going to serve a similar function. I guess it does allow you to tank, like was pointed out by chat, but I don't know if that's worth it. So if we assume if what you're saying is correct, and we go with this and say it's roughly 40, and we're gonna get 3 more levels. It's somewhere around double. There is a little bit of rounding, but that's not going to impact it too much, I don't think. I'm not sure when we're going to use this, in all honesty. I legitimately don't know. I legitimately don't know. We'll see if we can force it in a game. Like I said, I have to imagine it's going to be on a smaller map. Hey, how can you play this on a larger map? Somebody responded to my post in the Phobies Discord saying I went live with bees, and then like a Jin Sting going Super Saiyan or something. I don't know. That's hilarious. It's funny, like I said, that has very quickly become my calling card, my trademark in the Phobies community is bees, which is hilarious. Like, I don't mind it, it's just funny. If I get some more Rambolina boops, I'm gonna get the boop channel point redemption, but I need more boops. I only have 3, maybe 4, and it's not enough because a lot of them look very samey. Trying, as I was, you know, walking the dog today and stuff like that, trying to think of things that we want to communicate to new players. Alright, so we're on one of the new maps, or new to me. Only buy the 3K tier packs? I mean, yes, that would probably be beneficial. We're going to start out the same way we did the last time. Hopefully we don't die to 9-cost tentacles, like we did the other night. By the other night, I mean yesterday. I don't know if this is a worthwhile movement, but it feels like, hey, we got to get this out of the way. I don't want to do it when stuff's going on. To not buy the 3K tier packs when I need new phobies? Why do you say that, DT? Wouldn't you want the 3Ks in order to try and get new phobies? Because doesn't it provide a higher chance of getting new ones, or am I misremembering? Or is it just you want to turn over, like, 2 of the middle pack, whatever it is, the 2K ones, which you still can't get one every day, would provide you better chances of getting something new than the third one? Cheapest packs are best for getting new ones. Is it just because of the quantity, or is there actually, like, the math on that works that way? So they could move and block this. We didn't have to go Gravedigger. We could have gone any number of other things, but I'm not sure if our opponent wanted to block off where our Gravedigger is standing now or do something else. Lower chance per pack, but more chances per resource spent means more new pulls overall. That's possible. I guess it would depend on exactly what the chances are, right? Which, now that I'm saying that, I think we have the exact chances if we go look at it now. Because there is a little button in the shop that you can click on. Did you, like, actually run the numbers, DT? You know, I was thinking about that move yesterday, and I wonder... Yeah, I can't verify for tier packs because we don't know the odds, but I did calculate it for bean packs. Oh, are the exact odds for in the bean packs? I thought they were in for both, but... Can we get hit by 2 of these if we stay here? I think they kill our fly if we hang out, though. So we should be able to light up anything that steps on the center. I don't know that this is worth it, though. I kind of feel as though we should have banked some keys. But we don't have... I don't even know if there's a 2-cost lobbing unit. We could have gone Gesundheit, because I really want to get Unbearable online. That's not Boom, right? No, that's Kerbloom. It has a pushback. It also does almost 8.5. It's a lot. That would be a lot. So we can't claim the middle point safely. There's just no way. I think the jar was a wasted play, to be honest. All of the mines. Alright, so we're clearly pulling back, right? We're clearly pulling back. We can kill the small mine. We can kill the small mine. What I was trying to figure out is, do I want to try and block this, but it's only going to do it for a turn? Just to prevent them from, like, because this can move in, but I guess we're fine. We could fly in and do it. Problem is, are we going to die to the counterattack? We shouldn't. This comes down and hits. This won't reach. That won't reach. We're going to bank keys. So, I wanted to make sure that we couldn't get hit, like, our jar just immediately dies by moving it down there. We actually should have probably put it here instead, where the murder fly is. So we built a little bit of a life advantage. We're going to have to retreat from here. And I get the sense we're going to lose this jar because we mispositioned it. Because now something looks at it funny and it dies. And, like, we have to body block on both sides, because otherwise this walks in and kills it. But if we... No matter what, we'd end up losing something here. So the game plan now is going to be, we're going to break the cubicle similar to what they did to open up access here. I don't know if that's really what we want, but it gives us some options. We do have to be careful that we don't get Jar hit with bees. I'm kind of glad that they went for the Gravedigger play, because this was something I was curious about of whether it would work. So we're going to get to see how this plays out. Granted, we mirrored it, so it's not a great test, but, you know, still. Microscopic. Alright, so still a choke point, which will be annoying. Not the end of the world. Like I said, annoying, but we'll make do. So Bees is live. We could offer up the Gravedigger and probably trade. No, because this will just blow up. That would not be good. We're doing that so that Meatball and Bees don't kill our Murder Fly. It might not have been enough, but I think it would have. Yeah, it would have. Should have been. So we probably should have put a random 1-key unit out just so that we could cap the middle point and retake it. It's obviously going to die, but it probably would have been worth it. I was going to say, the Murder Fly here doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It 100% dies. So we could meatball this, but I don't know that that's what I want to do. If we move this up, we get hit for 12, 16, 20 minimum. If we had the panic point control, I would be fine with this status, but we don't, so I'm not. Oh, we have max Phobies. I was trying to move this down. I don't know if they're going to commit this. I assume they are, because why wouldn't you? This is as good a hit as any, I think. It obviously isn't lethal, but I don't think that thing's going to connect. I mean, I guess I have to honor it. So there's no healing spa on this map. We could try and get a sheep set up, I guess. Their break will be available next turn. So that means they could break this, move the murder... Well, the murder fly could go there anyway, but they could move up, say, Jin Sting. Oh, we can't attack this. Lol. Can't attack it with flyers. It might matter that we left this thing alive. What I'm thinking is if they break this, we want to be able to have the path open, whereas this is going to block erratic line of sight. Now, we can break it with a variety of different things, but it just means that one less attack is going into them. So where are you sending this? Or what are you sending in, rather? Whatever goes in is dead, right? And while I don't like having to absolutely fight over this center one, I don't know that I was going to bother trying to get this top one. Like, this statue, I don't know that it matters. Alright, so they elect for Murder Fly. Oh, okay, they're flying out. That makes sense. But you don't get the point, then. I think we're, like, -1 key. So now Murderfly can go here, which would be annoying. Erratic moving up would also be very bad. If we move Fly anywhere down here, it's gonna die. Do we go with, like, Flesh Crawler? I don't know if that's really what we want, to be honest. We have two Phobies that are about to go down. We basically have to have Erratic and Flesh Crawler carry the day. And I don't know that that's good enough. I'm not sure we blow this Erratic up either. It has 2100 health. Now we absolutely can't. 6, 10, 14, 19. Actually, we might be able to. Yeah, I think they're seeing it. Because we would have been able to jar twice, Flesh Crawler, Tentacles, plus Erratic. This might not be able to do it. So it's 6. Well, we'll say 7. And 4's 11. Okay, you're dead. Yeah, this seems real bad for us. Oh boy. Game, you're not showing me where I can go. I guess that's okay. We're going to lose the jar. We'll probably lose jar and murder fly. It's hard to see how we don't. Yeah, either way would have done it. So like I said, it's erratic and flesh crawler against the world. We're about half health, but I don't think they can run. Like, this is going to come down. I don't know why they put the jar there, because I'm going to kill it. And we'll live through this. Like, they could hit it twice, but we'll live. I don't think we can counter-kill this, so we probably have to walk away. It's a little frustrating, but I mean, that's fine, I guess. So the most they can move is, like, they could end up here, and then we can't get it with erratic, but we have more movement, so we could move out of range and then pull. Like, they have to come to us. But I think we've got it. I'm not, not being ridiculous here. Long-range tentacles? Long-range tentacles. GG. You got this? Yeah. Long-range tentacles. I think that's going to be the intro for this video. I tilted so bad because of that jar. Did you realize it, like, as soon as you hit end turn, Dragon? Because that's usually what I do. It's like, no! But GG. Definitely GG. We hit our cap. Yeah, that one definitely, I can sympathize with you, because I've definitely done that. I mean, you guys have witnessed me do it a bunch of times. I realized when you started hitting it, imagine how confident I was. Yeah. I imagine that you were in that position, you're like, yeah, I can't do it from here. Gotcha. Yeah, that one, I mean, if you didn't have the jar there, you were in obviously a better position, right? But I think you were still in a rough position. Like, I guess at the end you would have killed the... you would have killed the flesh crawler, and it would have been erratic versus microscopic and jar, meaning that I would have had to just dance around. Or you could have danced around me, because the jar would outrange me, and there was really nothing I could do about it. But I think you take that if that doesn't happen, because the jar could have sat... When you had blocked off the top... You know, we might as well go into it. Not to belabor it, but... when you locked off this top here... And I do have a question for you, Dragon, once we discuss this point. I'm just skipping ahead. Okay, so this is good enough. When you lock this off, like, the jar could have ended up here and just pelted the erratic. Although I guess with the statue there, you couldn't do it because I could target the statue. So you'd have to be, like, south of the gravedigger here. It would get complicated, but I think you have it. If you think about it, 2-tap my mic and jar hit would have killed your flesh crawler. Exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if we go to... Or I was saying earlier, that wasn't the point I was making just a moment ago, but... So this turn, if jar was back one, let's say... Yeah, then you... Wait, one, two... Well, you could move into range. You could move here. Yeah, so if you were back one, you move here. Like, one below where erratic is now. You could tap the flesh crawler, and I can't reach it with erratic. But, yeah, I mean, obviously this was an error, but I think I don't know how it would have played out. I think you win if this didn't happen, but I guess something could have happened in my favor. I don't know. The question I was actually going to ask you, Dragon, is how do you feel about the Gravedigger play with the middle? Like, is that something you normally do on this map? Or do you just... Or is that just something you were trying this time? 3 keys down the drain? Yeah. Because this is only the second time I'm on this map, and the first time I played it, I don't know if you were here yesterday, but I was talking about the potential Gravedigger plays, and it feels like opening it up in this fashion is desirable. Just testing? Okay. It feels like it's desirable, so most of the time, and this might be a good breakdown to do, like, as a separate video, but on a lot of maps that have this sort of setup, like, let's go back to before we blew anything up. On a lot of maps that have this sort of setup, I tend to not break anything because you typically want them to be there to block LOS, to block your opponent's line of sight and funnel them into a choke point, etc. On this map, it kind of feels as though it is enough of a hindrance, and maybe it's collection dependent, where if you have enough lobbing phobies, you keep it. If you don't have enough lobbing phobies, you need to get rid of it. Or, similar to this game, part of the reason why I broke the cubicle was because I needed to run a single key phobia in, and it was just, the clustering was weird. You think Gravedigger's hot garbage on this map? Like on the new big one? I don't think I played the new big one. This map is very nice open space, that's why the play is viable. I mean, the one I did, yes. Or are you talking about the big red one, Opticon? The one I played on earlier? Because in that one, you can set up an area for Gravedigger, but I don't think breaking the walls is worth it. I think setting up walls is better, but it's still challenging. It adds an extra move, maybe move and a half, your opponents. But it would have been a better play to play lob. Possibly. Like I said, the collection constraints may play into the strategies for, I mean, all the maps, but this one, since we're on it, if you have the lobs, it's probably worth it. But if you're missing, you know, because I have Jar, I have Unbearable, I don't have Klepto, I don't have Crushmore. There's other ones, but... Or, you know, Flyers would probably be a similar thing. The one you're talking about is, oh, no problem. Here, we'll exit the replay. Let's see what that other map is. I wish there was a way aside from frenemies, and if somebody knows, I'll do this one later. If somebody knows what, like another way to see the maps in client, that would be nice. So we have Xylo, we have Rent Past Due, this is the worm map, Opticon. Oh, so I thought they said Billy's room was still there. Or I'd removed from the map rotation, what am I saying? It is still there. But I thought the patch note said that it was getting removed. Maybe it was for the next map rotation? Practice mode, fair. I wish there was a way to just, like, see literally every map that's available without having to go into this, but... I don't have Unbearable nor Kivo leveled, so I like breaking those cover walls to siege once I take the panic points. I think that makes sense. The last one. Oh, so I looked at this real quick and then looked at chat. I thought this was the other map that had this theme, we'll say. And I don't remember, I think I played you on this one a week or two ago, Dragon, but the one that also has Abyss tiles, but it doesn't have this weird cluster here. Yeah, I don't really see any choke points that you would set up for Gravedigger here. So I'm going to assume it's this one. Yes, it's this map. So let's walk through this and see. So your opponent opens Jin Sting. Okay, so you can take a panic point with a single move. Maybe this map isn't that big? Taking one of these, I think's cool, because it's so out of the way and difficult to reach that it's probably worth it. The stabby's interesting. Oh, you can just... for some reason, I thought this was completely walled off, but it's not. It's actually lava tiles here. Baba Yaga is obnoxious. Like, hyper obnoxious. So the stabby here is... Okay, hold on. The stabby here is actually kind of hilarious, and here's the reason. And I don't know if this is what you were thinking, Dragon, but this is actually kind of hilarious. If they make a mistake, which they'll recognize it immediately and undo, right? Is if they try and kill Stabby with the Baba Yaga, it's going to pull it into the abyss, which would be hilarious. There is no way you're ever going to catch someone with that because of undos, unless... Well, I guess I shouldn't say no way. If they're running out of time on their turn, like, oh yeah, I gotta get that. And then they go, oops. But it would be funny. Yeah, I thought about to pull it into the abyss. That would be awesome. I mean, like I said, your opponent is not gonna walk into that. They will just undo it, but it would be hilarious. Imagine, that would actually, so time out. Think about Phobies if there were no undos. I don't know if game engine-wise you can do that, because the way it seems to work is, like, once you commit a move, or the moves don't get committed to the server until you hit end turn. Like, nothing actually happens until end turn. All of your stuff gets sent to the server processes it, and then ships it down to your opponent. Even in Arena, that seems to be how it functions, like, technologically. As opposed to, like, being in constant communication with the server if you were playing, say, an FPS or something like that. Or to each other if it was peer-to-peer, but you get the idea. Phobies without undos would be interesting. It would be extremely difficult. You have to do lots of math. To me, it would be a little bit bad. If the numbers were easier, so it is an advantage of the game, and I know we're digressing from what we were talking about, but I think this is interesting to discuss. The game, because of the undos and other things, it does allow for, like, these weird numbers, because otherwise it would just be unreasonable, even though it is ultimately just basic arithmetic. I mean, we're not talking about, you know, super complex calculations here, where it's, you know, if we're dealing 436 to a 1667 health unit, and then figuring out the 30% damage back, but you are on the clock, and, you know, humans are not calculators. They're going to make mistakes, right? If you remove that, I think you'd have to homogenize the numbers. So everything's in increments of 100, or everything's in increments of 500, or whatever, which then prevents the uniqueness for a lot of phobies. Because if you have to round them up or down that much, it could drastically change the scope. So we were talking about Sucky versus Cassowary earlier. Well, what if Sucky just rounded up to, say, 700 health, or 1700 health, but Cassowary rounded down to 700 because of this hypothetical system that we're talking about? Maybe that drastically pushes the stock for one up and the other down. I don't know. I mean, in that scenario, yes, it would, but whether it's drastic or not is the debate. It would be interesting, and I could see them introducing a mode like that, but I kind of agree that I don't know that it's better. I would like it if the numbers were rounder, just so I could do the math more quickly, but that, again, does belie, or that's not the right way to put it, that does take away from some of the more intricate strategies. Now, that being said, when everything's equalized, either in a tournament mode or in when everybody gets to whatever, like max level, and everybody's collection is full and everybody has max level phobies, which, you know, like 10,000 years from now, we're not going to be doing the math, really. It's going to be, oh, well, a Jin Sting will two-shot this, but it three-shots this. Or a bees plus this other thing equals killing this phobie, and blah, blah, blah. Like, those things will be more what people have in their head rather than literally counting out the numbers. But it will still come up occasionally because you're not going to remember every scenario. You know, that sort of thing. It would be extremely difficult, and you have to do lots of math to be, oh, yeah, I saw that earlier. We're not in differential calculus, but you're on a clock, as you said. Yeah, exactly. Anybody remember back in elementary school, like doing flashcards? That sort of stuff? I don't know about anybody else, but I always hated flashcards. Anything, whether it was math, it was spelling, whatever. There was something about being, and I'm actually, like, in general, usually pretty good under pressure, but for those particular things, I never did well. It was just never my thing. So, yeah, trying to do this math real quick while I'm juggling the stream and stuff, and the rule of streaming is don't do math on stream. So me trying, when you hear me mumbling numbers, it's just like I'm trying to run through, like, that scene from The Hangover where Alan has all the calculations in his head. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, and it doesn't work. But anyway, digression aside, let's get back to the review, or the game review. Okay, so wait, so that's what a trap looks like? I don't have any trap phobies, so I haven't seen the other side of it. So wait a second, if they... Places a trap can be set off by an enemy unit at the end of any turn except the turn it's laid. Damages the unit that set it off, plus 50... Okay, so if you don't move, you will set this trap off. Where... I'm only clarifying that because you don't have to step onto the trap. It's just being on the trap. Which for some reason I didn't think they could do, but... You know, like they wouldn't be able to place it on a space you're already on. But clearly they can. So Dragon here has assumed control of the points. I have no idea why they did the cat. Unless they're just going to sneak the cat over to something. Like, the stabby can't do a whole hell of a lot from here because it's limited in its attack LOS. Attack direction. So the stabby there... Normal, like, I don't think I would have made that play, because I think that's a little too aggressive for what I normally do, but I actually, so I'm going to call this out, because I don't normally push like this, but I think this actually makes a lot of sense. I think this is a good play. We'll see if it works out, maybe it isn't, but in this case, like, yes, Stabby's likely to die, but that means that something is going to possibly be in range of Erratic on the tile, or... more likely Jar on the tile, because the Jar could move up. I probably would have been... I didn't notice if Jar had moved away, but Jar on the tile would have been better. But it could move in. And it's going to get hit with damage from this, and Murderfly's in position. That being said, the Murderfly and stuff are kind of exposed. Like, they can kill some of these. Probably not both, but they could kill these, or trade, without having to step into range. We'll have to see how this plays out. Hey, Dangerous, what's good? He played Suiciding Phobies on the panic points with traps to make me take damage. Gotcha. Alright, so yeah, they killed a Murderfly for freezies here. So I guess they're gonna sacrifice... Huh. That's a lot of effort to make sure that you get rid of that. So they got, quote-unquote, 6 keys for free there. They got the Murderfly, and they got the Stabby. There is some damage on these things. But you're able to get the Jar, which is good. You're able to get the Murderfly, which is good. So you traded 6 for 6. The Erratic could hypothetically die here, I guess. While it's playing, we can't see how much health it has. It's 2100. And this thing used its leap, so that's unlikely that it's going to die. Alright, so the trap goes off. Big old whoopee cushion. Eats the Eternal Night. So this is also notable for anybody out there who hasn't encountered traps, and I forgot about this. The trap killed the Eternal Night, so you don't cap the point, which really sucks. Like... Wait, what? Oh, the trap. Now I got so mad. I don't blame you. I get super tilted when that happens. So, I don't think... We saw Baba Yaga right now crawl out of the roof and lay the trap. I'm like 99.9% sure you don't see that animation on the other side. Now, admittedly, usually when I'm streaming, I'm trying to look at chat, so I miss a lot of the animations a lot of the time, but I'm pretty sure you don't see it. Oh, this is brutal. This is going to be brutal. Because that erratic is dead. You don't see it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, you are up keys, Dragon. Like, you do have a key advantage. It's not huge, but it's a key advantage. You're about to take a bigger advantage, because even if the erratic dies here, you're trading for 10 keys worth. It's also ideal to get the dimensionals with traps, so don't take that death damage. Yes. Sorry, I had to think about what you meant, DT. But yes, if anybody's not aware, if you die to a trap, like if Baba Yaga lays a trap and then your dimensional unit dies on that trap, Baba Yaga won't take the damage. Ah, okay, fair. So they get a heal. And they could walk one of these up onto this. Yeah, it counts as environmental damage and not as a kill. Yep. So I didn't see what health Jinsting was at, but I'm assuming it would have just died to noxious punches. If they had just gone on the healing tile. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you have just done that and healed it up? Wait, 1, 2, 3... Oh, no, you could hit it with the jar anyway, so never mind. It definitely made sense to go down here. Because even if they healed, they would die. So the opponent is reclaiming the majority of the tiles, but it's only a 1-tile advantage. And this one where Cowbell isn't going to be too difficult to reclaim. This trap is annoying, but... Dragon could pull back and control the board, kind of thing. Like, reclaim this tile and be fine. So there's the sacrificial 1-key unit. Ah, I like this guy. This guy is funny to me because he just snorts every time he does anything. The Boo Fairy. Is this from something? This sounds familiar. Like, was this the monster in some story or something? It is. Almost everything I step on that tile takes 1,600 damage. Jeez. Alright, let's see. So where do we go next? So clearly they're doing that. I mean, that's expected. The spider comes in. Also anticipated. I don't know that Kerbloom here is worth it. Maybe you get a lot of value for it later on, but this feels like a map where you're going to have to funnel in, and there's just no way you're ever actually killing anything with it. Because they should light it up on the way in. So I do appreciate the patience here. That makes sense. I'm kind of surprised they didn't send the spite. Really? Where was this before? Like, oh, they need LOS, so they couldn't drop this on the center point, I guess. Because we talked about that last game. Alright, so more poison. They do still have Clinico. Wow, that thing is creepy looking. This is going to be a brutal trap hit. Oh my god, look at this, chat. Would you look at this? Look at this. This is a Baba Yaga trap. This is a Baba Yaga trap. Ouchtown population, those 3 guys. It doesn't kill the jar, but, like, that doesn't help. On top of the Boo Fairy being on a lava tile. Painful. I'm not trying to say traps are overpowered. But, my god, they seem enormously frustrating. Like, exceptionally so. And I have to wonder... You know, as far as I know, it's only Doomsday or whatever that one that looks like Wooly Bully, but it's not Wooly Bully, that has the ability to detect traps. I'm sure there's at least one, maybe two other Phobies. But here's the... I just want to say something about traps real quick. The issue I have with traps, obviously they're very powerful. So then there are Phobies that counter them, allow you to see the traps, right? Doom, that's it. I knew it was Doom something. So Doom. And let's assume that there are other Phobies. I don't know if there are. I haven't seen any others, but Doom does detect traps. I don't know if it's a global thing. I don't know if it activates as soon as he comes out or if it's a start of turn, because I noticed the one time I saw him that there is something that goes off at the start of turn. Again, I don't have trap Phobies, so I'm just assuming. Pretty sure that's the only one. I don't know if that helps or hurts my argument, but my concern is this. It seems super binary, which I guess I don't know that there's a better way to do it. And by that, here's what I mean. The traps, as we've seen, are intensely powerful. Oh, it's only a 3x3 area at start of turn. Ooh, that's... So you could... you could Doom onto a trap, not realize it, and he'll end up dying, ironically enough. But anyway... So my point is this. Traps seem super powerful. They're obviously very difficult to try and dance around because you have no idea. And on choke point setup maps like this, you could trap... Even if you just trap up all the panic points and go, okay, you got to step on them eventually. You're gonna set off the traps. All right, so we introduce Phobies that counteract it, aka Doom. Putting his limitations aside... Doesn't that somewhat invalidate the traps? I mean, it sounds like due to his limitations, that is not the case, so maybe we can't put it aside. But it's like, oh, well, I know where the traps are. So your traps don't matter unless they're on a panic point. So then does it just, like, game theory, does it come down to, okay, well, I'll just put the traps always on the panic points because my opponent will step on that eventually? I don't know. It feels weird. I don't like the traps, and I have to play with them, like actually run them myself, because maybe people are just better at calling people's bluffs or reading people through the internet to determine where the traps are laid, and I'm just bad at it, so it feels bad. But if that's the case, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the trap implementation. Oh, he disables traps, he's stepping on them. Okay, so another... It pushes it closer to binary, then, with Doom? I don't know. Anyway, we're getting back to this. So we have multiple traps set up, one of which is on a panic point. Opponent is still down panic points, though. Understandably, Boo Fairy's gonna heal. You probably kill this Clinico. Yep. So your opponent is kind of in a weird position. They have a very slow, or maybe not very, but a fairly slow team with Stabby and Unbearable. So they don't have a lot of mobility to try and take this stuff. I don't really understand that. I guess that I don't know what the Boo Fairy's at. What is the Boo Fairy at? 1200? And it's melee. It does have its ability up. This seems weird. I guess it's better than pushing into this. Poison once again. Now that Clinico is dead, I don't know why they gave up Clinico. They're at 2,700 health. Giving up Clinico feels weird. So there's the power down. So Stairmaster is going to be doing literally 0 damage. Seems bad for Stairmaster. Actually, you know what? I was talking earlier about things that I wish I knew when I started Phobies, and I think some of the environmental damage and stuff is worth considering. I don't know what the exact rules are for boops, though. Because it seems to be push it in the most favorable direction for the player using the boop. But I don't know if that's 100% accurate. So in the meantime, both players are down to 0 keys, but there are a number of things on the blue player's side that are going down. They are capping a bunch of points, but a lot of these things are just going to die. A lot of these things are just going to die. Oh, one of them already did. Maybe not a lot, because there's only 3 left and 1 is poison. But you kill this, you're going to get pulled onto the point, which... I think this is a good play here. They can still hit it, but even if they do, they're not in position... Like, they'd have to retreat unbearable here, yeah, in order to ensure that they can get the Boo Fairy, which... 1100 health? This game is close. Oh, no! Oh, no! This is probably a better play. You would have done 690. How much are these worth? Wait, did you have lethal here? If you walked up and whacked the heart, wouldn't they be dead? So they'd have 225 extra health. Yeah, they were dead here. Unless I'm counting this wrong. I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter, but... Oh no, because you wouldn't have had the extra ones. You would have only controlled, what, 1, 2, 3 to their 2, so they would have only taken 215. It's not just... It was actually a swing of 450 damage by doing it that way. Yeah, exactly, Dragon, you're right. I realized that after I said it. But yeah, I could definitely see why that game was stressful. I could absolutely see why that game was stressful, because that was, I was stressed watching it with all those traps. All those traps made it way, way too stressful. I don't know... I don't like the traps, personally. I think it's a mechanic that is kind of obvious. Like, this sort of game is like, yeah, your guys can put down traps. But we've seen in... I'm going to call on card game experience here. Cards that allow you to interact on your opponent's turn when you normally could not, such as what traps do here, tend to be very powerful. And I think here, because of the movement temporal component, it's probably less powerful, only in the circumstance that the person using the trap makes a mistake. Like, I think it's... I don't know that there's a whole lot that you as the other player, the person who didn't lay the trap, you don't have a whole lot of options. You kind of just have to hope that they didn't trap a certain location. All of the advantage is with the trap player. I don't know what they can do offhand to nerf traps, other than just, I guess, nerfing them, make them do less damage or something, or have higher cooldown. Like, mechanically, to rework the mechanic without making it not exist, which I don't think is necessarily the answer. I have to think about it more. Like I said, I need to play with some trap phobies to make a decision, but the flesh crawler advancement, that was pretty much the ball game there. Incinerating 7 keys for basically no gain, yeah, that'll lose you a game real quick. Alright, so we're up on Opticon. I think that's the name of this map. What are you doing, opponent? Okay, they are there. Ah, it's Spud. Spud seems pretty solid. I don't know if it's actually good, but being a cheap lobbing character that isn't Jar seems valuable. Even if it does happen to have less health. So we're going to do our usual opener. We could go for this and then still get our erratic, which is the usual play that I make on this map. I don't know that we care about... Maybe we go here. So we're going to go Flopsy down here. Oh, game. Game. There we go. So this will allow us to go here and then leap onto Spud. I don't know if that's worth it, but it'll probably make him think twice about it. I was on the stream, but I was sweating it so hard that my ears were... That's fair. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that, Dragon. I've had tons of games. Obviously, I stream a ton of games, and people usually either mute the stream or leave the stream and then come back when they're playing me, and I'm like, guys, I don't care. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal in the slightest. You know what's funny is I can't even take this point, because if I do... Hematic Gin Sting, that is the name of this, right? Hematic Gin Sting will kill it, and then just retake it. Which is kind of silly. You do 340? 6, 720? A jar will kill this, actually. So this was the plan. I don't know if this is worth it. I don't think there's anything different about this other than it's bigger. Which I guess is still the kind of, like, the same sort of relationship between, Hevo 2.2, the various dronies. There's a couple of them that are basically slightly better. Noxious. Obnoxious, as somebody pointed out on stream. $1,700 health, huh? I don't really know. That's bold. Does that feel like it is? We'll do 420. This is still more. They could have, like, they could walk back and then Clinico or something like that. Because they're gonna kill this. Or are they? They're not. So they could take this point and this point. They could walk here, shoot it, and then walk something up. I think we want to get a ranged character online to threaten this. How much does this do? Because then we can Clinico right behind it. So they could move on to the point, do 600 plus the 3, 900. If they hit it with the poison, they're going to hit it with the poison regardless. I'm not worried about that. We probably should have moved Cat here, so that way it can move up. Like, if they decide to move on to the point, we can double tap it. If you stay and fight this thing, that's really bold. I don't know. Well, there's Metabot, right? So Metabot could move 1, 2, 3. No, it wouldn't be able to reach. All right, so they're retreating. There's Clinico, as we anticipated. So this will resurrect with the poison, which is obnoxious, but not the end of the world. We're going to match their Clinico with ours. Now we just kind of need to preserve it. So they should have bees online. They do. And that wouldn't have reached. Wouldn't have not have been able to reach. We're going to pull this back. We control a lot of the points. We'll bank some keys. We can get a 7 cost next turn. They're going to be able to get one this turn. And notably, because these guys resurrect, I guess it goes poison, resurrect, check for a body being on the point. I don't know if there are any other, I guess, traps, so we'd have to figure out where traps fall in. Do they fall in? This is super annoying, but, I mean, what are you going to do? If we had left Erratic here, we would have been able to hit it for 900, which wouldn't have been enough, so we would have had to back off anyway. The Stairmaster being here was pointless. There was just no purpose in doing it. Because it's just going to get hit by bees. I was thinking if they walked the Gin Sting up, but they're clearly going to put it on the point, because why not? So what I want to do is get Erratic on this point, because then it covers the 2 middle ones, whichever way we want to go. Yeah, if you do that, you're going to have to move Noxious onto there, and I'm going to light him up. We're actually not going to do that much damage, because it's going to be this twice, and then once from this. It's not a huge amount of damage. I mean, arguably, we could do this. No, Stairmaster does more damage. So what 7 do we want? We need something with big damage. We already have Clinico out, so a Fish Tank doesn't seem bad. Because it'll allow us to punch down their Alligator, or just punch this. They're going to have Heal up soon. We could go... We go here. This moves here, zaps. This won't be enough damage, actually, to kill this. That's a little frustrating. Maybe we don't want to go Fish Tank, but I'm not going to undo it at this point. I think we want something with that damage. The Clinico means that we can try and preserve it. They aren't representing enough damage at this stage in order to try and pressure it too much anyway. Like, they'd have to really commit to it, and then hopefully we can blow it up. Their heal is online. One more turn. Same for us. Poison will be back online next turn as well. So we do have to be careful, because they could fly in, hit this, and it'll splash to everything. So we're going to have to move Cassowary out of here. That doesn't... I was about to say, like, that doesn't seem like what you want to do. We're going to blow this guy up. You won't put out enough damage to actually kill this. So I'll just tank the hits from this. Sheeping Gas is annoying. It only has one more turn of being poisoned. Not like it matters, but... Alright, so this can walk up and hit the cassowary, which we want to move anyway. I assume they're going to just sit, take some more damage. They're still at 7,100 health. Like, they're not in danger. I mean, they're no longer at 7,100 health, but you get the point. So this can fly in onto this pillar and poison. It's the pillar with the poison. If you went here... We're just going to put him on this. Because he can leap and control this. This is the same advancement where they can't really do a whole hell of a lot. So that's 7. 7 and 5. It's almost enough to kill this guy, but not quite. Rambolina wouldn't be in range. We have an advantage, so I don't really want to go a melee phobie. And I don't know that we need to commit anything else just yet. This probably moves to here. We don't want something in this position, like I said. This can't be poisoned, so I'm not worried about that. Like, they have to do something. I think this is a mistake. I think that's a mistake. I was debating between a few of the different forecasts, like Jin Sting was an option. I was also thinking about Woolly Bully. That can reach. I didn't think about that. So we lost the cassowary for freezies there. Cassowary goes down for freezies. Which is actually kind of bad. Like, we could have used that. If we... 1, 2, 3... We can only get to here, so we can't boop something. Not that we could do it initially anyway. Jar can poke at this stuff, but I don't know that we care. Yeah, I think the Unbearable was a really bad idea. It's going to take 1,000 years to get into position. I don't even know that we want it, since we can't heal it. I think that was just an error. We didn't want it. I don't know that it really matters which position we're putting it in here. I mean, I guess we can't cover the top as easily. I don't know. So you would probably die. If we move up, you can get hit with the sheep. Oh, we absolutely don't want that. Guess you could go here, you here. Heal him up. You here. Nope, don't want that. I think we want to try and get another 7 online. Which I guess means that's kind of what we're going for. So we now... It's either Flesh Crawler or Pterodactyl. I'm not sure which we want. Probably Flesh Crawler. But that's problematic until we actually... Ugh, that's a problem. Flesh Crawler's an issue... Really? So if we move here, we get hit once, twice, once. For 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, we'll say. So we can move Erratic here, quote-unquote, safely. He won't die. I think we're in a rough spot here, to be honest, chat. I think we're in a rough spot. I don't know... Maybe we were just too complacent with what we were doing. If this guy connects with him twice, he's probably dead. Max amount of phobies. Game? Game! Oh, you can't reach. Never mind. What am I doing? What am I saying? Hopefully I didn't miscalculate this. So we probably lose the Jin Sting up here for free? I hope I didn't miscount this. Like, we can't heal the Erratic, so we're gonna have to run it away, and I don't think we can actually run it away. Oh my god, we miscounted. Ugh. Okay, that's probably game. That's probably game. These things are way too healthy. Plus, they have this up here. I overestimated the tankiness of the Erratic there, chat. That did not go well. Ouchtown. Population us. So yeah, we can't commit in, because we don't have stuff. You didn't account for Spud? Exactly. For some reason, I just didn't, like, in my head, Spud has one movement, and I don't know why. It clearly does not. Now I'm just kind of tilted. Kind of tilted. 16, 20. Once again, should not die. We will see. But that can't be there, because that will die, and we need that to live. This doesn't need to... Well, I guess it has to be there. Where was it before? It was here. It could have been here. So like I said, I think Fish Tank lives. But I don't know if that actually matters too much in the end, to be honest. This thing still has a mountain of hit points. This has an enormous amount of hit points. We'd have to double move this in order to save it. That's interesting. I mean, it dealt an enormous amount of damage, so... Did you... You did not do your gas thing. So our heal is offline, so we need to be careful with Fish Tank. AKA not there. You gotta be here. I don't know that we want you there either. So they can hit the unbearable with this, and then we counter-kill it, which I guess is okay. I'm not sure. They could pull this back instead. If they advance with this, it doesn't matter. We do kind of need to kill that thing. Like, the ability on that is becoming super obnoxious. If we put this here, it can't get sheeped. I don't think there's any way it dies either. They have the advantage, I think, because all of their, well, not all of their phobies, but they have a number of abilities on their phobies that are relevant. Like, Resurrect is good, but I don't know if it's really going to help us too much. And Bees is fine, but I'm not sure that's better than the threat from the sheeping gas or the poison on this. If any of our undead phobies get clipped by the poison, we're in trouble. Oh, they still had keys left. Wow. That's not good. So I can fly up, hit this, hit this, hit this. So 4, 8, 9, 12, 15, maybe 16. I don't know if there's a need to be aggressive about it, though. They get hit this twice, but that forces these to be exposed. I don't know. This one's weird. Like I said, in my opinion, they have the advantage, especially now that they also have Jin Sting. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 phobies to our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they have better abilities. You can move Eye Master 1 tile up for better zoning. We could... Well, no, if we move it up 1, then it's dead, I think. Because the gator's here, this comes in, It would do 4... We'll say 9... 13. It would be close. We might live. We might live, but we'd have to, like, literally count it. So this is 434, 8, 9, 9, 10, 1333. I think we'd live by 10 health, actually. But can Spud get him? But no, we'd be dead because of Spud. Spud would get us. Here's the question. Can we blow this up? I think we can. That's 12. Yeah, we should be able to get this. Why would they do this? Spud MVP. Spud seems pretty good. I was giving him props at the beginning of the game. Poison is up. Poison is up. Does they get poison like this thing? That's 4, 8, 12. I don't want it to splash too much. Like, do we... Maybe we do this? Maybe it would have been better to offer up Gin Sting instead of this. I'm not going to undo it because there's not enough time. And if it doesn't work, then I need to redo everything. The turn will just end. Like, what am I missing here? Why did they do that? Was that just an error, or is there a play that I'm missing here that they can get something of ours? I'll take it as that. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. That one was stressing me out. That one was stressing me out. I guess it was just an error, because I have no idea why they did that. GG. GG. Regardless, like I said, that's going to do it for tonight. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.